Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Edgar and welcome again to my C++ learning video tutorials, and today I am going to discuss the continuation of the topics for the lesson 1, which is the introduction to computers and programming. So I am going to discuss the program structure and the elements, as well as the input process and the output. Okay, so within our topic number 4, which is the program structure and elements. So we have different language element that we could possibly be found in a series of source code, like what you have seen in my presentations. So this is a sample of a payroll.cpp source code. Okay, this program will calculate the user's pay for kung ilang oras siya kung ilan yung babayaran sa kanyang pagtatrabaho. Okay, so ang mga language element na pwede nating, different language element na makikita natin sa ating source code. It could be the keywords, we have the programmer defined, and also we have the operators. Ano pa bang meron? We have the punctuations, and also we have what we call syntax. So ano ba tong mga ito? Okay, later we're gonna discuss that individually. Okay, when we say keyword, so I have here an example of the source code for payroll.cpp. So later I'm going to discuss and we're gonna identify what are those programming language element na makikita natin. Okay, so let's start with what is a program made of. Okay, pag sinabi nating program, it is a source code, it is a set of instructions, okay, na pina-follow ni computer. So if there's no program, so walang execution mangyayari. Okay, so there are common elements in most programming languages. So these are the same with different PLs or the programming languages na ginagamit natin. So we have the keywords, we have the programmer defined identifiers, or simply this is the identifiers, we have the operators, we have the punctuation, and also we have syntax. Okay, so isa-isahin natin, ano ba itong keywords, what is the programmer defined identifiers, ano ba yung operators, ano ba yung punctuations, and also what is syntax. Okay, kapag sinabi nating reserved words or keywords, so keywords is also known as a reserved word. Kapag sinabi nating reserved words, it has a special meaning in C++ program. So kapag sinabi nating special or reserved word cannot be used for another purpose, meaning it has a specific task or a specific meaning for a C++ programming language. Okay, it could be written using a lowercase letter. So meron tayong palatandaan. Now we could consider this one as a reserved word if it is written in lowercase. Okay, so an example of this is shown in green color. We have we have namespace, okay, and we have integer. Now let's see saan ba natin makikita, ano pa ba yung mga possible reserved words na makikita natin. So I have here the source code for the payroll.cpp. Okay, ito siya. So ito yung sample source code for the program that will calculate for the user's pay. Okay, so magkano ba yung babayaran sa kanya. Okay, so as you observe, marami tayong makikitang reserved words dito. So yung example kanina, we have using, we have the namespace, okay, we also have an int, we also have a double, we have cout, cin, we have also here return. So those are an example of reserved words. We could also consider this an the include and iStream. Okay, so those are an example of also main is an example of a reserved word or a what we call keyword. Okay, kapag sinabi natin keywords, it could be written in lowercase, and hindi natin siya pwedeng gamitin basta-basta. Okay? So, another one, we have programmer-defined identifiers. Okay, kapag sinabi nating programmer-defined identifiers, it is names made up by a programmer. So, tayo yung gumagawa ng identifiers. I mean, the programmer create a certain identifier for a certain variable. So, later, explain natin kung what is the difference between variable and what is the difference between identifier. Okay, kapag sinabi nating identifier is not part of the C++ language, so used to represent various things such as variables or memory locations. Okay, example is num1. Okay, let me clarify this one. There is a confusion between the variable and identifier. Okay, kapag sinabi nating variable, okay, kapag sinabi nating variables, we have three parts of a variable. Okay, yung variable, merong tinatawag na data types. Okay, so ang data types niya, anong klaseng data ba yung i-handle or gagamitin natin for variable. Pangalawa is the name of that variable. Okay, kapag sinabi nating name, represents various things such as variables. So, meaning, num1 is our identifier. Okay? So, ano pa yung last part ng ating variable? So, we have the value. So, ano ba ang value ni num1? It could be 5.5. Okay? That is our value. Okay? So, ano ba yung variables? Kapag sinabi nating variables, it is a memory location. Ano ba ang example ng memory location? As you observe doon sa ating memory, meron kasi yung addresses. Okay? Ano yan para siyang hiwa-hiwang gayaan. So, marami tayong mga address. This is our memory. Ayan. So, this is memory address 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, kapag sinabi natin variables, this is a location here. This is, say, for example, this is variable 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, etc. Okay? Kapag sinabi nating variable, yan yung lalagyan or location doon sa ating memory. Anong example niyan? Okay. So, example tayo dito sa ating tawag dito, source code. So, ang problem is, we're gonna create a program that will calculate for the user's pay. Sorry. For the user's pay. Kapag sinabi nating user's pay, so it is referring to doon sa pinagtrabahuhan ng employee. So, kapag ka nagtrabaho tayo, binabayaran tayo per oras, tama? So, halimbawa, meron kang tinrabahuhan na, halimbawa, magpapakompute ka doon sa manager mo or doon sa employer mo. Okay? Say, sabihin mo, sir, gusto kong bumali. Parang ganon. Bumali ka ng bayad. Okay? So, tanongin niya, ilang oras ka na ba nagtrabaho? So, we're gonna provide yung oras ng pinagtrabahuhan mo. Tapos, sasabihin niya, magkano ba ang rate mo? Okay? Say, halimbawa, 50 pesos po ang rate ko per oras. Ngayon, para makuha natin yung binayad or yung babayaran ng employer doon sa employee is we're gonna multiply magkano bang bayad mo per oras and then ilang oras ka nagtrabaho. Say for example, nagtrabaho ka ng 8 hours, then ang per oras is, say for example, 10 pesos. Okay? So, 8 hours times 10 pesos is equivalent to 80 pesos. So, meaning, ang babayaran ng employer is 80 pesos. Now, asan yung variable doon? Okay, so meron tayong kinuhang number of hours na pinagtrabahuan and meron tayong magkano ang isang oras. Okay, rate per hour. Meron tayong number of hours and meron tayong rate per hour. So, ang variable, since tinanong ka or ito na halimbawa yung iyong program, say nag-run tayo, say iparan natin siya example para ma-identify natin kung alin ba yung variable dito. Say for example, ayan, so nakikita ninyo, okay, meron nag-display na how many hours did you work? Okay, sasabihin niya, tatanungin ni system sa inyo, ilang oras ka ba nagtrabaho? Say for example, naglagay ako ng 8 hours. So, 8 hours. Yung 8 na to, okay, ang mag-handle niyan is si variable. Okay? So, asaan si variable? Okay? So, naglagay ako ng 8 dito. Sino ang handle ng 8 na yan? Okay. So, ang tawag natin dyan is variable. So, ano ang value ng ating variable nga? Di ba, meron tayong tatlong bahagi ng variable. We have the data types, we have the identifier or the variable name, and we have the value. Tama? Okay. So, ang value natin dito is 8. So, meaning, may dalawa pang nawawala. Maliwanag? Okay. So, anong nawawala? We have the name of the variable or yung tinatawag nating identifier, and we have also the types or the data types. Okay. Kapag sinabi nating data types, palang natin yung notepad ha. Kapag sinabi nating data types, so introduction ko na rin kayo. So, kasi mayroon tayong separate explanation regarding this data types. Kapag sinabi nating data types, so meron tayong iba't ibang klase ng data types. Kapag sinabing data types, klase ng data. Okay, ano-ano ba yung mga klase ng data? So, meron tayong dalawang klase ng data. We have the characters. Ano yung characters? Ano yung characters natin? So, these are, as example is, A to Z. So, yan yung ating example ng ating characters. Each, halimbawa, magdi-display ka ng A, B, C, D, E, F, G, hanggang Z. So, those are an example of data types. That is an example of character. What else? We have also number. Kapag sinabi ng nating number, meron tayong dalawang klase ng number. Meron tayong whole number and meron tayong decimal number. Okay? So, meron tayong whole number and decimal number. Yung walang point at saka merong point. Okay? So, i-categorize natin. Example is 5. What else? Say 5.5. 5.2 rather. Okay? This is an example of number. Ngayon, asan ang data types? Okay. So, kapag data types ang pinag-uusapan, dalawang klase ng data ang ating ang ating inaalam. Ano ba ito? Ito ba ay letter? Ito ba ay number? Or combination ng letter and number? Ano ba? Kapag number or kapag letter ang ilalagay mo doon sa iyong variable, so anong klaseng data yan? That is a character. So, meaning, we could use, anong character ba yan? Is it car? Kapag sinabi natin car, ang value ng car natin is a single. We include that in a quotation. Maliwanag? Now, bakit meron tayong single quotation here and we have a? Kapag sinabi natin character, that is single. Kapag sinabing single, walang kasama. So, ano ba yung mga characters natin? Characters natin from A to Z. Or it could be from Z to A. What if maglagay ako ng number as 1? Okay. Is it considered as character or number? Okay. So, kapag character ang ating pagkakakilanlan, ang identity natin is we have a single quotation. Okay? Kapag nakita nyo may single quotation, that is considered as character. Maliwanag? So, naglagay ka dyan ng 5, naglagay ka dyan ng 6, that is considered as character. Maliwanag? So, ang character, hindi tayo maglalagay ng marami. It's, we use only one. Isa lang yan. Character lang ilalagay natin. Okay? Say, for example, it's capital A, that is considered as character. Eh, what if marami? Maraming character, character plus number. So, we're gonna use the data type for that is string. Okay? String. Example natin. Ano example natin? Kapag sinabing string, marami. Okay? Pwede tayong maglagay ng marami. So, ang palatandaan na that is a string, we use double quotation. Okay? Say, for example, A. That is considered as a string. Eh, sir, isa lang siya. Bakit siya hindi character? because we use double quotation. So, kung gumamit tayo ng single quotation, that is considered as character. Pero, ang ginamit natin is double quotation, that is considered as a string. What else? Say, A1, 2, 3, BRR. So, that is considered as a string. Maliwanag? So, the difference between character and string is that the character has single quotation. Ang string, it has a double quotation. Maliwanag? Okay. So, ayun. Ano pa ang isa? So, meron pa tayong number. So, ano ba yung number? We have the what we call whole number and we have a decimal number. Kapag sinabing whole number, we're gonna use a data types or a data type which is int. Okay? Example. Ano ba yung int? Int is the short ano tawag ito? Abbreviation for an integer. Kapag sinabing integer, it is a whole number. Regardless kung siya ay positive number or negative number. Example niyan is say 1 or say 10. What else? We have 1,000. What else? Say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 4. What else? Say negative 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay? That is considered as integer. Bakit? That is a whole number. So ngayon, kung magka-craft ka ng gagawa ka ng variable, so may tatlong bahagi yung variable, meron tayong data types, meron tayong variable name or yung identifier natin, and the value. Ngayon, based dito sa ating example, ilang oras kang nagtrabaho? We are referring to hours. So, kailangan ba siya ay whole number? Kailangan ba siya ay string? Kailangan ba siya ay character? You will decide. Kung 8 yan, say 8.5 hours, may 8.5 hours ba? Yes. So, meaning, wala dito sa choices natin. Nakuha? Kasi we are in integer pa lang. Ngayon, sir, required kasi na 8 hours. Sayang naman kung kalahating oras kasi yung aking tinrabaho. So, 8 lang yung mababayaran. So, paano yun? Okay? So, we're gonna use for the number. Okay? Sana under na tayo ng number, ha? Okay? This is a character. Okay? Okay? Under ng number, meron tayong tinatawag na integer and yung isa is, yung may mga decimal places, ang tawag natin doon is what? Float or a double. Okay, ang data type natin ginagamit kapag ang i-require ninyo is decimal places, we're gonna use double. Okay? So, example nyan is, say for example, 8.5, ano pa? 89.5674. So, those are example of a float. A double. Maliwanag? So, halimbawa, double ang ginamit natin. So, dito, dahil tinanong ka, how many hours did you work? Say, 8.5. 8.5 is our value doon sa ating variable. Nakuha? Ngayon, may dalawang bahagi pa. We have the data type and we have the variable name or the identifier. So, 8.5, that is, hindi siya string, hindi siya character, hindi rin siya integer kasi may point, ano siya? Siya is considered as double. So, meaning, may value na tayo, may double, which is the data type. Ngayon, ano ang ipapangalan mo dyan sa variable na yan? Maliwanag? Ano ang ipapangalan mo? Okay. Ang ipapangalan mo dyan is considered as identifier. Okay. Ang pag-create ng name ng variable is magdidepende kung ano yung hinihingi. Okay. Now, based on this problem, how many hours did you work? So, mayroon tayong oras at trabaho. So, ang pagka-craft ng ating variable is based doon kung anong hinahanap. Okay? Pwede kayong gumamit ng hours, masyadong mahaba yung hours, o the HRS, abbreviation ng hours, or it could be HR, that is considered as hours. Or pwede namang HW, that is hours work. So meaning, kahit anong variable pwede. But then, I encourage to use a variable na may connection doon sa kung anong hinihingi. Okay? So, ayusin natin. Dito, mag-create tayo ng variable based on this question. How many hours did you work? Okay, isip tayo. Ano ba ang pwede nating gamitin na variable? Okay? So, sabi ni sir, mayroon tatlong bahagi. This is the data type. Ano yung pangalawa? So, meron tayong tinatawag na identifier or the variable name. Variable name. Then we have the other one is the value. Okay. Okay. Based doon sa example natin, so we have, sabi niya doon, ano daw? How many hours did you work? Ilan ang nilagay mo? So, nilagay natin 8.5. So, meaning, may value na agad tayo. Paano kung wala tayong value? So, hindi natin alam ang value. Ngayon, by looking at that, how many hours did you work? Anong data type? Kaya ang gagamitin natin. Number ba siya? Whole number ba siya? May point ba siya? Character ba yan? Mukhang hindi. Dahil oras ang tinatanong. So, that is considered as, ano? Is it double? Is it string? Or is it integer? Is it character? Okay, ano kaya? We're gonna use, dahil may point, we're gonna use double. So, lagay natin dito, say for example, double. So, double is considered as a keyword or reserved word. Meaning, siya ay keyword that will accept numbers with decimal values. Oh. Meron tayong data types. What else? Nag-shortcut na tayo sa variable. Ano ipapangalan natin ngayon? Kay double na yan. Kasi, ang tinatanong is, ilang oras ka bang nagtrabaho? Di palagay natin, ano ba? Hours na lang? Or it could be HRS? Ano ba? You decide. Because that is programmer-defined identifier ang tawag natin dyan. Ibig sabihin, tayong programmer ang nagkikreate ng variable. Okay? Pero, para create ng variable, make sure na may hawig or may kaugnayan doon sa tinatanong. Okay? So, dahil hours yan, pwede na tayo maglagay ng hours. Or pwede naman HRS. Okay? So, anong value? Okay. So, sa value, pwede ka maglagay ng 8.5 kung gusto mo. So, meaning, yung 8.5 ay nilalagay mo or ina-assign mo saan? Kay variable HRS or variable S. So, ibig sabihin, we're gonna use an equal sign here. So, ano ang value niya? 8.5. So, meaning, ang value ni HRS is 8.5. Nakuha? So, yung 8.5 na to ay may store kay variable HRS. Saan siya pupunta? Doon sa ating tinatawag na memory location. So, meaning, we're gonna name this one. Say, for example, this is HRS. So, ang value niya is 8.5. Nakuha? Nakuha yung idea ng variable natin. So, kapag sinabing variable, meron tayong tatlong bahagi. Data types. Anong klaseng data ang ilalagay or hahawakan ni variable? Ano ang kanyang pangalan or yung kanyang identifier? And then, the value. Now, the question, sir, is, kailangan ba lagi, sir, may value? So, depende yan sa programmer. Okay, by looking at this code, so, palagay ninyo asaan ang ating mga variable dito. Okay? So, kapag sinabing variable, automatic may data type yan. So, hindi pa pwedeng maging variable yan kapag walang data type. Okay? Pwede siyang maging variable kung may data type at saka merong identifier, yung pangalan. Kahit wala siyang value. O pwede namang may value kapag may nakita kayong equal sign. Meaning, ilalagay natin yung value na to kay variable. Okay? By looking at this code, okay, saan kaya ang ating mga variables? Okay. So, meron kayong nakikitang data types. Ano yung mga data types? Double, integer, character, string, okay, later, yung iba-ibang klase mga data types, i-explain ko sa inyo kapag we're on the variable. Okay. Meron ba kayo nakitang double? Yes, there is the word or the keyword double. So, meaning, in this part, meron tayong variables dito. Dahil meron tayong data type. So, ano yung variables natin? So, ang variable natin is hours. Sir, wala namang value. Oh, sabi ko nga, okay lang. Kasi, ang value nito ay manggagaling saan? Ipoprovide ng user. So, i-enter niya. Tama? May rate tayo. Bakit kaya may rate? Kasi, niran natin. Halimbawa, niran natin. Okay, halimbawa yan. So, sabi daw dito, how many hours did you work? Say, 8.5 ang nilagay ko. Nag-enter ako. Nagtanong na naman siya, how much do you get paid per hour? So, meaning, meron na naman tayong variable and meron na naman tayong storage at meron na naman tayong data type. Ngayon, variable, create ng variable. Ano kayong variable ang pwede natin gamitin dyan? Okay, so, ano kayong data type ang hours? 3.5, 4.5, o siguro, double yan. Kaya, we use double doon. Ngayon, yung value, so, depende kung ilan yung ilalagay. Okay, ano yung pangalan ng variable natin or the identifier? Ano kaya yan? How do you get paid per hour? Pwede namang paid per hour or pwede namang per hour. Pwede rin siyang paid. Pili na lang kayo doon kung anong gusto nyo. Okay, I'm gonna use pwede nating baguhin to, rate per hour. So, get paid, pwede naman niyang rate na lang or rate per hour. Gusto nyo per hour? Gusto mo ganyan? It's up to you. Basta, yung rate per hour tumutukoy saan? Sa rate natin. Maliwanag? So, I'm gonna use rate. Eh, bakit may pay pa? Bakit may pay? Kasi yung pay, yun yung halaga. So, magkakaroon tayo ng formula. Kasi, naglagay ka dito, di ba? O, halimbawa, nilagay mo ay 9.5. Paano natin kakalkulatin yon? So, i-multiply natin yung rate per hour and then yung number of hours work. So, kapag multiply natin, storage na naman yon. Sino ang mag-handle nung pinag-multiply natin? So, dahil pinag-multiply yung dalawang double na data type, malamang ang data type na paglalagyan yan is double din. Kaya, anong pangalan ng variable na yon? O, ano kaya palagay yung value niyan? Halimbawa, gawin natin itong 10. So, ano kaya ang value ng ating pay? So, 8.5 times 10 is ano kaya? 85? Palagay natin 85. So, yung 85, saan natin nilalagay? Sino ang maghahawak ng 85? That's why, we're gonna create another variable for that. And that is 85. May double doon. So, data type niyan malamang double din. So, ang kaya papangalan ko? So, I'm gonna use pay. Pag-enter. So, pwede ka maglagay as pay. Say, pay is equal to, i-multiply mo yung nag-handle ng oras at ng rate. So, ano ang value ng ating hours? Say, doon ka na sa example, nilagay natin is 8.5. So, yung 8.5, sabi niya dito, how many hours did you work? O, nag-display. Saan siya, naglagay ako ng 8.5, saan siya may store? Dito, sa hours. Ngayon, baba naman. How much do you get paid per hour? Okay? Naglagay siya ng 10. So, saan may store si 10? Sa ating variable rate. So, meaning, ang value nito is 8.5, ang value nito is 10. Ngayon, i-multiply natin, gagawa tayo ng formula. Okay? Para makuha natin daw yung pay, kailangan nating i-multiply ang dalawa. So, that's why i-multiply natin yung rate and then R. Ngayon, pag nakuha, na-multiply na natin, kanino siya natin i-store? Kay variable pay. Paliwanag? So, as you observe, double hours, rate, and then pay. So, that is how variable is. So, sa mga susunod na discussion, i-discuss natin thoroughly what is variable kasi medyo komplikado yung variables. Okay, let us now proceed with the operators. Ito pa yung mga language element. So, kapag sinabi nating operators, meron tayong tawag dito, dalawang klase ng operator. Okay? So, kapag sinabing operator, it is used to perform operations on data. Kapag sinabing operations on data, meron tayong data na minamanipulate or an operation between the two data or between the data. So, ano yun? Meron tayong arithmetic and we have assignment. Okay, kapag sinabi nating arithmetic, meron tayong tinatawag na calculations. Arithmetic So, calculations, yung basic arithmetic operators natin, meron tayong plus or addition. Kapag subtraction, anong operator ang ginagamit natin? That is minus. Kapag multiplication, anong operator ang ginagamit natin? We're gonna use times. Kapag division, anong operator ang ginagamit natin? We're gonna use divide or yung ganon. Okay? So, may additional tayo in programming. We have the what we call modulus or modulo. So, kapag sinabing modulus, kinukuha natin yung remainder. Ano yung remainder? Say, for example, 2 divided by 2. So, 2 modulus of 2, meaning ang remainder natin is 0. Bakit 0? So, 2 divided by 2, paano ba natin kinukuha yung remainder? Diba? I-divide muna natin. So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, 1 times 2 is 2. I-minus natin 0. So, lagay natin yung remainder as 0. Now, 3 modulus of 2, ilan ang sagot? The answer is 1. Why? Kasi, we're gonna get the remainder. Remainder yung kukunin natin. Hindi na tayo mag-divide. Okay? What else? Kapag sinabi natin assignment, we're gonna use the equal sign. Kapag sinabing equal sign, say halimbawa, this is x is equal to 2. Now, assignment meaning we're gonna assign a value na mula dito sa ating right side, saan? Doon sa variable na nasa left side. Okay? Hindi sila pwede magkapalitan, ha? That is incorrect. So, meaning, assignment, we assign value na nasa right. Saan natin i-assign? Sa variable na nasa left. So, hindi kailanman mangyari na yung variable natin ay mapunta sa ilalagay natin yung value natin dito sa ating variable na nasa kaliwa. So, meaning, what is the value of, say, ito yung ating statement. Ano ang value ngayon ng x? Ano kaya? That is 2. Why 2? Kasi we use assignment or equal sign as assignment operator, meaning we assign 2 saan? Dito sa x. Ngayon, kapag tinawag natin yung x sa ating program, ang ibibigay sa atin is 2. Maliwanag? So, the two main types of operators, the two types of operators, we have the arithmetic, which is the plus sign, the minus sign, the times, and the division, and the modulus, and also the assignment. So, assignment is different from arithmetic. So, meaning, equal sign ang ginagamit natin. Maliwanag? Ang mga operators natin, we have plus, minus, multiplication, division, and we have the equal sign or the assignment. Example here is something like this. This is an example of assignment. Okay? So, we assign, what is the value of num2? Okay, very good. That is 12. Because we assign 12 to num2. Okay? In this example. So, what is the value of our sum? So, hindi natin alam kasi walang value yung ating num1. Maliwanag? So, the example is, ang gusto lang maipakita dito is yung combination of the arithmetic and the assignment. Kasi meron tayong arithmetic here, we use addition, and also we have the what we call assignment operator or the equal sign. Diwanag? So, kapag sinabi nating operators, arithmetic, and we have the assignment. Okay, balik tayo sa ating program. So, here, meron ba tayong assignment? Meron ba? Yes, there is. meron tayong assignment dito. Maliwanag? Meron din tayong operator dito. Okay, so clarify lang, itong mga numbers na nakikita ninyo sa gilid, ang tawag natin dyan is line. Maliwanag? Ang tawag natin dyan is line. So this is line 1, this is line 10, this is line 21. Eh, paano yung gitna? Oh, consider as line 19. Okay, maliwanag? Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed with punctuation. Okay, kapag sinabi nating punctuations, we are referring to characters that mark the end of statement or that separate items in a list. Okay, dalawang klase. We have the end of statement and we also have separate items. Okay, so yung punctuation is the same with sa English, yung ating tinatawag na grammar, okay, or yung sentence structure. So, ang sentence dapat merong tuldok sa dulo or period sa dulo. Kasi pag hindi mo nilagyan yun, magmamali tayo. That is not a sentence kasi walang period sa dulo. Ganon din ang ating programming. We have the what we call end of statement. Okay? Kapag magsiseparate tayo ng item, say for example, siya, sila, ikaw, or parang ganon, magkakasama. So, we're gonna use, anong punctuation na ginagamit natin? So, meron tayong period para sa end ng sentence, tama? Parang paghiwalayin yung mga list natin. So, anong ginagamit natin punctuation sa English? We're gonna use this one, comma, or we're gonna use semicolon. Maliwanag? Okay. So, in programming, kapag ka-end of statement, ibig sabihin, tapos na yung statement, we're gonna use the punctuation semicolon or semicolon. What else? So, para mag-separate tayo ng items, katulad ng example dito, so item ng 5, num, we have sum. So, anong klase yan? We're gonna use a comma. Maliwanag? So, ibig sabihin, we're gonna separate items. So, we're gonna use comma. Okay? Balik tayo dito sa ating program. So, as you observe, this is a statement. So, kailangan nating mag-end. Bakit? Kasi pag hindi mo nilagyan ng end of statement dyan, magkakaroon tayo ng syntax error. Okay? So, dahil meron tayong variables, marami tayong variables, so we're gonna separate it using a comma. And this also a statement, so we're gonna use a semicolon sa dulo, meaning end of statement. So here, end of statement also. Here, end of statement, end of statement, end of statement, end of statement. Eh, bakit dito, sir? Wala tayong end of statement. Okay, mamaya i-discuss natin later what is this. Okay, bakit nga ba walang end of statement? Because this is, wala lang. Dadaanan lang siya ng ating compiler. Okay, let's proceed. So, we have here line versus statement. Okay. Kapag sinabi nating line, and we also have statement, parang may nakalimutan ako. Okay. Kapag sinabi nating line, it is all of characters entered before a carriage return. So, ano yung ibig sabihin nun? Kapag sinabi nating line, lahat ng characters na nilagay natin, that is a line. Katulad ng example, this is line 1. Kahit anong ilagay mo dyan, that is considered as line 1. So, this is line 2. Eh, may walang laman. That is considered as line also. Meaning that is line of line 3. Maliwanag? So, balik tayo sa ating program. So, lahat dito ay may number. So, meaning this is line 24, this is line 23. Maliwanag? So, yung ating palatandaan na that is considered as line. So, anong pinagkaiba niya sa statement? Sabi, versus tayo dito eh. Anong pinagkaiba niya sa statement? Kapag sinabi nating statement, it is an instruction to the computer to perform an action. Kapag sinabi nating perform an action, so may instruction tayong ginawa. Ano yung mga instruction? Say, mag-enter ka ng number. I-compute mo yung number. I-display mo yung value. Kunin mo yung information from the user. Maglagay ka enter first number, enter second number, then i-compute mo, then you're going to display. That is an instructions. That is considered as a statement. Ano yung meron sa ating statement? Ang statement may contain keywords. Kapag sinabi natin keywords, variables, it has a special meaning, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin basta-basta. So, keyword. What else? Operators. Ano yung mga operators natin? Kapag may nakita kayong operator, plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and we have the assignment or the equal sign, that is considered as a statement. Okay? What else? Meron tayong identifiers or yung tinatawag nating variable name. Kapag nakita kayo ng variable or identifiers, that is considered as a statement. Pag may nakita kayong punctuation, ano yung mga punctuation? We have semicolon and we have comma. That is considered as a statement. Okay? Example. So, this is an example of statement. As you observe, dalawang line siya. Dito yung unang line, dito yung pangalawa. Meaning, we have 2 lines. Pero, ilang statement? Isa lang. Bakit isa lang? Kasi, ang statement daw is nagtatapos saan? Sa semicolon. Sa line 1 ba, may nakita ba kayong semicolon? Wala. So, hindi pa tapos yung statement natin. Nakuha? That is not considered statement. Meron sa baba. Meron ba sa baba? Yes, dulo. So, this is considered as a statement. Maliwanag? Kahit pa yung 3 line, kung wala kang nakitang semicolon sa dulo, that is not considered as statement. Okay, example natin sa code. So, may nakita ba kayong semicolon sa dulo? Yes, this is considered as statement. Why? Because there is a keyword here, a keyword here. What about this one? May keyword naman doon. May main doon. So, later, i-discuss natin yung structure. Bakit hindi siya kailangan lagyan ng semicolon. Okay? It is referring to syntax. Okay? So, dito sa part na to, sa line 7, meron ba tayong keyword? Yes, there is. May variable? Yes. So, meaning that is considered as statement. That's why we're gonna end that with semicolon. Maliwanag? So, here, meron din tayong semicolon kasi meron tayong keyword at may gusto tayong ipagawa. Okay? Okay. See out is to display something on the screen or to the screen. So, meaning, i-display natin yung word na how many hours did you work. So, i-display natin yan. Kaya gagamit tayo ng keyword na see out. Okay? Si cin, ginagamit yan para makapag-input tayo. Okay? Pag nakapag-input tayo, saan may store? Doon sa ating variable, malapit kay cin. Okay? This is a statement, 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 statement. Kasi meron tayong variable, meron tayong keyword. So, statement kasi meron tayong formula here. So, may operations and we have assignment here. So, wala naman tayong, ito, meron. Papadisplay daw, you have earned a formula, a variable nito. Tinawag natin yung variable na pay. And end line. This is a keyword also. Semicolon, that is considered as statement. So, the difference between statement and line is lahat ng sinulat mo, kung gaano man yan kahaba, that is considered as line. So, meron tayong indicator. Line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. Wala tayong tinatandaan na mga bagay. Kapag sinabing statement, we could consider if there is a keyword, meron tayong variable or identifiers, meron tayong formulas, meron tayong operators, and meron tayong punctuations. Maliwanag? That is the difference between the line and the variables. I mean the statements. Okay, let's proceed. Yan, yun na yung kanina, variable. Kapag sinabi nating variable, unnamed location in computer memory, it holds a piece of data. Okay? So, example is num1. And we have double. So, ano na nga yung tatlong bahagi ng variable? Meron tayong tinatawag na data types. Ano-ano nga yung mga data types? We have string, we have character, we have double, we have integer. So, yun lang muna. Okay? So, ano pang meron sa variable? We have the name of the variable or yung tinatawag nating identifier. So, ano ang identifier natin or anong variable name? That is num1. Ano pa yung last one? The value. So, walang value. Okay, we could consider yan kasi baka gumamit tayo ng word na cin. Bakit? Para saan yung cin? Para makapag-input tayo. Kapag nag-input tayo, meaning, i-store yung input natin kay variable num1. Meaning, meron na tayong value. So, yung value, hindi pa natin nakikita kasi manggagaling sa user. Okay? That is how variable is. Okay. Paano mag-create ng variable? Ito yung problema eh. Kapag may problem ng binigay si sir, okay, it based on experience, hindi alam kung paano mag-create ng variable. Okay? So, ano unang-unang aalamin kapag mag-create ng variable? Yung tatlong bahagi. Yung 3 parts. Okay? Data types, variable name, and a value. Okay? So, ang unang gaalamin, ano bang data ang hahawakan ng ating variable? Ano kaya ang ilalagay ko doon? Ano ba yung kukunin? Ano ba yung laman nun? So, that is referring to the data types. So, variable data types. Ano yung mga data types? Integer, double, string, character. What else? Ano ipapangalan ko? So, sabi ko, ang pangalan ay dapat may kaugnayan doon sa kung anong hinihingi. Liwanag? What else? Ano yung value? May magdidepende yung value mo. Kapag may value ka, you're gonna use an equal sign or an assignment. Maliwanag? So, halimbawa, meron tayong problem. Okay? Ang problem is, we're gonna compute. Okay? I think ganito yung mga exam ninyo, mga task ninyo. We're gonna compute for, say for example, the sum of 2 numbers. Okay. So, halimbawa, yun ang problem. Create a program. Say, create a program that will compute for the sum of 2 numbers. So, ano ang gagawin ng ating program? Magko-compute daw ng dalawang numbers. I mean, kukompute natin yung sum ng dalawang numbers. So, meron tayong unang number at pangalawang number. Kuha? So, ano unang gagawin? So, ano ba ang unang gagawin? We have to visualize. Ano ba yung mangyayari sa program? Dahil yan ay mag-compute daw ng dalawang numbers, so malamang mag-input tayo ng unang number at pangalawang number. Pagkatapos nun, ipag-add natin at saka i-display natin sa screen kung ilan yung sagot. So, ano unang gagawin? Siyempre, enter mo muna. Enter mo yung unang number. Enter first number. Pangalawa, what else? Enter second number. After nun, i-display natin yung sum of 2 numbers. Depende kung ano yung sum of 2 numbers. Ngayon, mag-create tayo ng variables kasi mag-enter tayo ng number. Dalawa pa naman yung number nyo. Ngayon, dapat may variable. Tapos, may sum din eh. So, variable yan, location. Mag-enter kayo. Dapat makapag-create tayo ng variable based on that. Okay? Dito tayo sa una. First number. Create tayo ng variable. I-enter tayo yung first number. Ano kayong variable? Anong data types kaya yan? Dahil hindi nyo alam kung anong klaseng number, mas maganda, we're gonna use, ano kaya palagay nyo pwede natin gamitin? We're gonna use, is it integer or a double? Depende. So, I'm gonna use double. Sige, double na lang. So, meron na tayong first part sa ating variable. Ngayon, anong ipapangalan ko kay variable? That is the identifier or variable name. Ano ipapangalan mo? So, tingin ka lang doon, enter first number. Ano kaya pwede kong ipangalan? Pwedeng first, pwedeng num1, pwedeng fn. Bakit? Kasi first number, fn. Pwede naman num1. Pwede naman first num. O alin doon? Pili lang kayo. So, I'm gonna use fn or first number. Okay? May value na ba tayo? Wala pa tayong value kasi ang value ay manggagaling saan? Sa ating user. Maliwanag? Is it a statement? Yes or no? Palagay nyo, statement ba to? Yes or no? So, ano na nga yung statement? Meron tayong keyword, meron tayong variables, or programmer-defined identifiers, meron tayong operators, so on and so forth. So, is it a statement? Yes or no? Yes. Kapag statement, kailangan merong end of statement. So, we're gonna include sa my colon here. So, meron na tayong variable na isa. Ngayon, pangalawa. Second number daw. Anong ilalagay? Ano yan? Double ba yan o integer? O, dahil double yung ginamit mo, double mo na din. Double. Oh, wala. So, ang ating variables ay sinusulat ng maliliit mong letra. So, ano naman ang variable name kong ilalagay? Second number, pwede namang num2, pwedeng sn, secnum, whatever, kung anong gusto nyo ilagay. So, we're gonna use sn. Is it a statement? Yes. That's why include sa my colon here. Last one. Sum of two numbers. Paano natin kukunin yung sum? Okay. So, meron na tayong variable na dalawa. Yung fn para sa first number, yung sn is para sa second number. Ngayon, saan natin ilalagay yung sum? Siyempre, magkakaroon tayo ng calculation. Paano natin kukunin yung sum? Magkakaroon tayo ng addition. Ipapapalas natin si first number and si second number. Saan natin i-store yung yung pinag-plus natin na first number at second number? Siyempre, kung ano man ang ipapangalan ninyo. Maliwanag? Ngayon, ano kayang variable? Data types niyang sum na yan. Dahil double ito, malamang double din siya. That's why we include double here. Kuha. Ngayon, ano naman ang ipapangalan ko dyan? Anong variable name? Pwedeng sum, pwedeng addition. Mas maganda na yung sum na lang ilagay natin sum. Is this a statement? Yes, that is a statement. So, meron na tayong tatlong variable. Maliwanag? Ngayon, ano ang pagkakahalintulad ng tatlong to? Palagay nyo, ano yung meron sila na meron din sa kabila? Ano kaya? Palagay nyo. Ano kaya yon? Yes, parehas silang double. Meaning, parehas sila ng data type. So, we're gonna apply operators. So, ano-ano nga yung operators? We have, not operators. Ano na nga yun? Meron tayong tinatawag na punctuations, rather. Yung punctuation natin. Ano nga yung punctuation natin dala? Semicolon at saka comma. Kapag comma, ginagamit siya sa list. So, meron tayo. Pwede bang pag-isahin na lang yan, sir? Kasi ang daming line yan This is line 1, this is line 2, line 3. Medyo magastos sa code. Why not use as line 1? O di, pare-parehas naman silang double, di separate na lang namin by comma. Pwede naman yun. Double, fn, comma, sn, comma, sum, end of statement. Nakasave ka ng tatlong line. So that is how punctuation works. Liwanag? Pwede na ba nating makompute yung sum natin dito? Palagay nyo. Hindi, kasi wala tayong formula. Makuha? Okay, paano tayo maglalagay ng formula? So, singit tayo dito. Kunin mo muna sequence kapag sinabi nating programming sequence yan. Algorithm. Step by step. So, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na kinuha mo yung number, second number, dinisplay mo na agad yung sum nang hindi mo pa kino-compute. That's why, dito tayo magko-compute. Okay? Say, ano ang formula natin gagamitin? It's either sum, anong gagamitin nating operator? Equals, assignment. We're gonna assign yung nasa kabila sa kaliwa. Variable. Okay? We're gonna compute for equal sign. Ipa-plus natin yung fn plus second number. Is that a statement? Yes. That's why we end this with a semicolon. Bakit? Pagka tinanggal yung, pagka wala tayong semicolon, that is statement missing. Ibig sabihin, may nawawala. So, because that is considered as a statement. That's why we include here a semicolon. Liwanag? Okay? Okay, nakuha? Okay. So, kapag makikreate ng variable, dapat alamin muna kung anong data ang i-store natin sa variable. Kapag nalaman na natin yung data na i-store natin sa variable natin, So, lalagay tayo ng data types niya. Kapag may data types na siya, so ano ba yung value? Ano naman ipapangalan ko sa kanya? Kuha, tatlong bahagi lang. Okay? So, hope na naintindihan niyo yung variable. So, if you have concerns and questions regarding variable, you could reach me. Okay, message niyo ako, then I will explain it one by one. Okay? So, let's just proceed with the variable definition. Ito na yung kanina, yung variable definition nating sinatawag. Meron tayong tinatawag numbers and meron tayong tinatawag na characters. Kapag ka numbers, meron tayong mathematical operations. Okay? Meron tayong tinatawag na whole number. O, yan, katulad ng example ko kanina. And we have real or floating point or floating numbers, yung may mga decimal places. Nakuha? Kapag characters, ginagamit natin yan to print data on a screen or on a paper. Maliwanag? Sa inyo, definitions ng variable. Kapag sinabi natin definitions, yung values ng ating variables. So, yung values ng variable natin magdedepende sa ating data types. Kung double yan, malamang, ang values natin, it should be double. Okay? Malinaw? Okay. I think that would be the end of the topic. I mean, the topic for program structure and elements. Kunting review lang tayo. Okay? Summarize natin. Okay. Kapag sinabi natin keywords, so ang ating mga language element, we have what we call keywords, we have programmer-defined identifiers, we have operators, we have punctuations, and also we have syntax. I forgot the syntax. Okay, kapag sinabi natin syntax, rules that must be followed when constructing a program. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kung ang structure ng program, meron tayong header file, may main method, may return 0, dapat may ganun tayo. Kasi pag tinanggal natin yung return 0 at yun ang structure, we commit syntax error. Okay? Kapag sinabi natin syntax, rules that may followed when constructing a program. Okay? Maliwanag? So, ano-ano yung mga elements, keywords. Kapag sinabi natin keywords, it has a special meaning. Kapag sinabi natin programmer-defined identifiers, yung pangalan ng variables na ginagawa or programmer ang gumagawa. Maliwanag? Kapag sinabi natin operators, perform operations on one or more operands. Or, yung tinatawag nating perform operations to the data. It could be arithmetic or it could be an assignment. Maliwanag? Kapag sinabi natin punctuation, end of statement, and separation of items, we're gonna use semicolon and the comma. Okay, kapag sinabi natin syntax, that is a programming rules, construction, rules ng ating pagka-construct ng program. So, kung ang rules ay ganito, merong curly braces, so it should have a curly braces. Kasi pag tinanggal natin yung curly braces, we commit syntax error. So, in the next video, I will going to discuss the input processing and output, and then also the programming development or the program development process. Ano ba yung ginagamit nating design tools or what are the different tools na ginagamit natin to design a program or to develop a program. Okay? So, that's all. Thank you for listening. This is Teacher Edgar and have a nice day.